The holiday season is upon us, and we'd like to talk today about holiday stress and stress management techniques. My name is Nicole Schwartz, and I work as a contractor in the Family Services section of Family and Morale, Wellness, and Recreation, DLA Installation Support at the Defense Distribution Center Susquehanna in New Cumberland, Pennsylvania. Providing support and assistance to the Family Advocacy Program, or FAP, is the focus of my work with DLA. Family Advocacy is a DoD-sanctioned program designed to prevent, identify, report, and treat families that have experienced domestic violence or child abuse. Monthly workshops and webinars are part of our regular programming. Holiday means different things to different families. How we celebrate, what our traditions are, and how we feel about the celebration is as varied and diverse as our population. Most holiday seasons come with a whirlwind of activities: shopping, gift selection, holiday party planning, activities, parades, and religious services. While the season is meant to cultivate a sense of warmth and community, it can also create a great deal of stress for individuals and families. More than 80% of people polled indicate that they experience a moderate to high level of stress around the holiday seasons. Making a plan and developing stress management techniques can assist with reducing overall negative effects and help family members find more enjoyment during the holiday season. This presentation touches on the causes of general holiday stress, some unique considerations for those that have special circumstances, and a list of techniques that can be tried or used. Just as each person and family is unique, what actually works to decrease holiday stress changes from person to person. So consider trying one or more of the techniques and to release without guilt those that may not work for you. So we'll begin by talking about some of the causes of general holiday stress. One of the top reasons is excess. Excess in eating, drinking, and spending. During the holiday season, we have a tendency to have too much of a good thing. A very full social calendar filled with parties and gift-giving occasions often encourages us to eat, drink, and spend too much. These can result in a type of stress that's unique to this time of year. Too much time with friends and family. The holidays are a time when families tend to gather. While this can be a wonderful thing, even close families can spend too much time together during the holidays, making it hard for family members to maintain a healthy balance between bonding and alone and rejuvenation time. And not enough time with family or friends. On the other hand, for those who do not have family in the immediate area or able to travel, or have painful memories associated with their family or holidays, may struggle with feelings of isolation and loneliness. And this often is a cause of general holiday stress. And finally, seasonal changes linked with mood changes in mood. Seasonal affective disorder, depression, and anxiety. As daylight diminishes and sometimes the weather causes many of us to spend more time indoors, some people are affected by a type of depressive syndrome known as seasonal affective disorder. It's a subtle but very real condition that can cast a shadow over the holiday season, and it can be a source of stress and unhappiness during a time that people expect to feel just the opposite. So let's move into a discussion about some significant holiday stressors. The holiday season can cause significant stress and be difficult to manage, especially if you or family members struggling with depression, having experienced a significant loss that year or around the holiday time, and reliving that anniversary. If you're feeling stressed or overwhelmed already going into that holiday season, this can increase the significant stressors during that time. If you're caring for a sick family member or an elderly parent, which is increasing in occurrence in our culture today, If you have challenging feelings about a previous year's holiday, these can all contribute to significant stressors during this time. One of the cornerstones of resiliency is the ability to anticipate an upcoming stressor or event. And one of the positive things about the holiday season is that it's predictable and provides us with an opportunity to anticipate some of the stressors that we'll be asked to face in the upcoming months, unlike some of the other negative stressors that we encounter in life. We know when the holiday stress is likely to begin and end, and with a reasonable amount of planning, we can work to balance the negative impact that it may have on us. Here are some suggestions on how to manage. Set priorities that are important to you and your family. Prior to becoming overwhelmed, decide which activities and traditions offer the most impact and prioritize them. And consider reducing or even eliminating the rest. Consider shortcuts and workarounds as a way to reduce the overall number of tasks that you have to accomplish during this time. Photo or printed cards instead of hand-addressed or personalized messages. Have stores wrap your gifts. Perhaps consider having a brunch catered or organize a potluck gathering instead of having to break out all of your family's traditional recipes and cook and prepare for everyone. This one may be my favorite. Having groceries delivered to you. Most large grocery stores now offer delivery for a reasonable price. You can shop online and check out, pay online, and have them delivered to your home without ever having to step into a store during that holiday rush season. And it may cut down on the overall tasks and time management for you. Or buy pastries from a local store instead of cooking them up for that brunch that you have. There are ways that you can reduce your workload and free you up to have more fun and enjoy the interactions during the holiday season. The next thing that we can do to manage our holiday stress is to be mindful of what you eat, drink, and purchase for the reasons that we talked about in the other slide. These are predictable, usual holiday stressors, and we can be mindful of our consumption and our spending during this time in order to manage our holiday stress. Examine your expectations for togetherness. Take a moment and think back on years past. Try to pinpoint during the holiday time, perhaps the gathering, maybe it's Thanksgiving, how much time together with family felt good and healthy. Welcome back. Can you limit the number of parties that you attend or throw, or time that you spend at each one of those in order to avoid that? Can you limit your time with family to smaller time frames that'll feel special and joyous without draining you? Our families of origin bring with them old dynamics, and it is perfectly okay to set boundaries and limits on your time together in order to maintain a happy, healthy holiday season. Now, I had you think back on years past because most of us can consider a holiday gathering, and we can look back on that time and we can sort of pinpoint how much was too much. So build that into your planning this year and consider managing your overall holiday stress and the warm seasonal feelings that you have by managing to plan around sort of that pinpointed moment. The next is to set a schedule. Placing your plans on paper has an amazing ability to display how realistic they may be. If you find a time management planner and fill in the hours with your scheduled activities, being realistic and including driving time and downtime, you will be able to see if you're trying to pack too much into too short of a period of time. Start with your highest priorities so that you'll be able to eliminate less important activities and plan your holiday time. Finally, but certainly not least, is self-care. Now go back to the last one and schedule in your own time. Making self-care a priority and scheduling it actually helps to assure that it gets accomplished. and it is a very important part of your stress management routine. And what self-care looks like varies from person to person. For me, it's making time, scheduling time to wake up in the morning and run. And that physical activity and that alone time and that time where I'm taking care of my own self and my own needs is enough to provide me with significant benefits throughout the day and the holiday season. So let's talk specifically about that plan that you're going to make. Set a schedule. As mentioned on the previous slide, putting your plans to paper has an amazing ability to display how realistic they may be. Setting some pre-holiday season plans can help you to manage the activities and stressors. Consider doing it a bit of a planning exercise. Begin by taking some time to contemplate your own feelings about the season. This may take you to your favorite memories or even to your most difficult ones. Be gentle with yourself and recognize and honor those feelings. Consciously attempt to let go of perfectionism or perfectionist ways and ideas that we have about how things have to be. Spend some time and contemplate or meditate on your family traditions, your family values, and the things that are unique. Transform your family traditions to best reflect the things that are important to you. And I'm going to give you a perfect personal example. For me, this looked like integrating things from other traditions. My children attend a Waldorf school, and the entire school community celebrates Martinmas with a lantern walk. This is a tradition that marks the burial of Saint Martin. Martin was a Roman soldier who cut his royal wool cloak in half to help warm a beggar. The festival is celebrated with a silent lantern walk within communities to meditate or contemplate on the light that is believed to be within each one of us. This was not a festival of my childhood. But living in a military family, I found the story of St. Martin especially meaningful to me, and I wanted my children's holiday season to be infused by turning inward and a story of positive impact that a soldier, a man very much like their own father, had on the life of other people. This is a way in which I've personally transformed my own family traditions to best reflect what's important to my family. So, let's move on. Say no, or say no thank you to things that aren't really in alignment with your priorities. And you'll know what your priorities are because you've done that activity with me, right? Your planning priority list. Honor loved ones. Sometimes coping with the sadness of having lost a loved one can be especially painful during the holiday season. Consider a way that you can honor your loved one or loved ones in order to make their legacy part of your season. Honor your loved ones. And lastly, make a conscious effort to discover the small joys. Taking time for self-care, contemplate what it is that you're grateful for and what's important to you and what you're enjoying. Address your physical needs. We are what we eat. Surely you've heard that statement. Or at least, what and how we eat affects our health and wellness, even our mental health. Stress eating, convenience foods, and holiday indulgences often contain high levels of carbohydrates and sugar. And these challenge your blood sugar, and this is directly tied to your mood and in the short term and your overall health in the long term. So eating healthy, nourishing foods to feel better. This doesn't have to be time consuming. You can focus on protein and dairy and vegetables. Next is to hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. Drink those 8 glasses of water a day. Dehydration affects our cognition, concentration, and the ability to think clearly and to manage our moods. Studies have found that even mild dehydration can cause headaches, fatigues, difficulty concentrating, and managing anger and irritability. So, hydrate, hydrate, hydrate in order to help your body manage the holiday stress. And lastly, move your body. Often the last thing that we want to do when we're feeling sad or anxious or stressed or overwhelmed is to exercise. Reframe this and start with 10 to 15 minutes as necessary for your health. Take a walk, take a run, just get outside and take a breath. Anything to get your body moving. Call for help. If you or someone you love is struggling with one or more of the symptoms, please reach out for support. Depression is a challenge, and it is a treatable issue. It does not have to consume you or those you love. Symptoms of depression include sadness, the loss of joy, feelings of hopelessness, difficulty concentrating, insomnia or difficulty sleeping, or waking and difficulty going back to sleep, digestive problems and changes in appetites, and thoughts of death or suicide. These include passive thoughts like my family would be better off without me, and active plans to end your or your loved one's life. Please reach out for assistance. And I want to leave you with a list of resources. DLA Employee Assistance Program is a free service that many DLA employees qualify to use. You can use 6 free and confidential counseling sessions with an on-site EAP counselor, and these can be accessed by calling 1-800-222-0364 or at www.foh4u.com. And I also included a yoga, meditation, and breathing course that's free and online by Debbie Cohen at www.toolsforstressrelief.com. The VA Caregivers Support Line at 1-855-260-3274. If you're caring for an aging or ill veteran, support services are available to you, and this includes peer support services, adult day health care services, and respite care for eligible veterans. And finally, the National Suicide Prevention Hotline, which is 1-800-SUICIDE or 1-800-273-TALK, T-A-L-K. Thank you for viewing the Family Advocacy Program's webinar. We appreciate your time and attention. If you have any additional questions regarding FAP, seek referrals for programs or services, or would like to know more about the mission, please feel free to reach out to the Family Advocacy Program Manager at 717-770-7066. Thank you.